Today I had the distinct privilege of being with a family during a time of unfortunate loss in their family. They lost the beekeeper that was in charge of keeping the bees. I was able to perform a telling of the bees for them while they had family in town. So I figured we'd sit by the bees here, talk about what telling of the bees is, what it means, and how I like to do it and put meaning and heart into it in a ceremonial and very touching way. So stick around with me. Since I've been in Georgia, I've had the fortunate circumstances to be able to meet a lot of beekeepers. Just trying to do right by their bees, trying to get over that learning curve, to get to that sweet spot where they feel like they can finally more or less keep their bees on their own. And today I helped one of those students during a time of loss. She lost her husband, and so I offered to come out and perform a telling of the bees. And what that is something that goes way back. I don't know how long, I don't know how far, but when a beekeeper passes, it's tradition for someone, usually closest next to kin of that beekeeper, to go out and tell the bees that their beekeeper has passed. So we did that today. And before I did this, I did some research to find out, what exactly it entailed. And there's no wrong way to do it, so I kind of made it my own. And here's what we did today. And fortunately, she had some very supportive family in town during this time. And so we went down, I smoked the bees a little bit at the entrance to make sure that they were less riled. I didn't want to get anyone stung. We had a few suits. Some of the family put the suits on, some didn't. Some stood at a distance. But the bees were kind, they were gentle, and it was perfect day for this. And so I explained to them what a telling of the bees is, just like I did with you. And then I asked them if they knew what Palo Santo was, which is Spanish for holy wood. Palo, wood, santo, holy. And that comes from, a lot of it comes from South America. And that's not necessarily part of the tradition. It's part of it that I kind of made it my own. I had the smoker lit. It was going. I opened it up and put a stick of Palo Santo in there. And Palo Santo is known for many things, but the point that I was using it for today was to represent a transitionary period from one spot to the next, from one beekeeper to the next. And so we put that Palo Santo in there, got it warmed up, got that wood smoking, and then I had the wife come over, had her smoke the entrance of both bees just a little bit to let them know that, according to tradition, you let the bees know about this so that they don't get sick or they don't leave the hive, which these girls weren't going to do, but it's part of telling the bees. So I think it's neat in that regard. So it gave her a part in the ceremony. She was able to perform this task because her husband loved his bees, and her family got to experience this. Before we started this, I took out a frame of honey. Right now the bees are making sourwood, and everyone got a taste of it. So they all got to literally taste what the world of bees meant to this beekeeper, to their loved family member. And so then I had the wife step away and told everyone that this smoker is going to stay on one of these hives until it's done burning. We let the smoke burn out, represent that complete transition of the beekeeper who has passed, and that smoke represents that. It's gone, yet it's still here everywhere. And so at that point, I had everyone kind of take a moment of silence. They had two hives right next to one another, put a hand on each hive as their beekeeper, as sort of a middleman, a channel for this to happen for them. We just took a moment to be silent and think about what the bees meant to Joe and what Joe meant to them. And it wasn't a long moment of silence, It was just enough. And I broke the silence with letting everyone know that once you're a beekeeper, you're always a beekeeper, whether you've got bees or not, because it's in here. And it's in here. And so after that, I explained that I wanted them to leave the smoker there till it went out, and that it wasn't to be used again on the bees. We were going to retire this smoker. And then I handed the hive tool, handed it over to the wife, told her this hive tool is now retired as well. So when the smoker goes out, I want her to take both the smoker and the hive tool, put it somewhere special, do something with it that means something to her, put it on display, let it be a memory of this transitionary period. And I told her I wanted to buy a new smoker and a new hive tool because she's going to take over. I want it to be a clean beginning for her, clean beginning for the bees. And with that, we ended the ceremony. And it took me a few minutes, a while actually, to really let all that sink in myself. There was something very deep about the meaning of doing this for someone, with someone, and their bees. Because all of us beekeepers have some sort of connection with our bees. That's a huge part of why we do this. And to be able to get to witness that and take part in it in such a different and special way was very unique for me, and I could tell that it was very moving for her and the family as well. So, if you've never heard of Telling of the Bees, look it up. And if that unfortunate circumstance ever happens in your life and the bees lose their keeper, maybe or someone you know, maybe consider stepping in as that intermediary and offering to tell the bees for them. Thank you guys for joining me in this special video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Hope you got a new curiosity about the bees that most of us don't ever hear about. I'll see you in the next one. Hive Doctor out.